going to be out here in just a minute, but first, Andy and I have something that we want to do. Like I say, this is probably the only time we're ever going to be allowed.
I've tried to get in here and they won't let me.
Right.
Which is, you know, left me with a bit of a grudge.
Yeah.
So I say, let's do something naughty.
Yeah, let's do something we shouldn't do while we're on the set of the Today Show. We may never get back here again.
Right.
So we found, well, we didn't find, we actually went out and we got this fish right here.
It's a flounder, Conan.
This is a okay. Thank you.
Flounder.
You're sure this is flounder?
Yeah. Well, I'm Babe Winkleman after all.
All right. This flounder, we thought what we'd do is we'll put this somewhere on the set where they're not going to find it.
Right.
And then in a couple of days.
Oh, I would say by Thursday next week, this place is going to reek.
It's going to stink. They won't be able to find the fish. What do you think?
Let's go.
All right, let's find a good place.
Okay.
And then we'll get on with the show. Cut over here this way. What do you think's a good idea?
Hi,
How are you, Sowers? We actually haven't. This is great. Hi, how are you? Conan O'Brien, good to see you. How are you? Conan O'Brien. Hey, how are you? Conan O'Brien. Nice to see you. Conan O'Brien. How are you? Good to see you.
Don't leave the fish. Don't leave the fish. Don't leave the fish.
Hey, come on, listen, you're just here for like another 20 minutes, and then you're out of here. What do you care? You people don't mind, do you?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Right here in the books.
What? Just shove it in here in the books?
Yeah, right there in the books.
All right, well, won't they find it?
No. Nobody ever... What do you think? You think Bryant and Katie sit around lounging, reading?
All right, let's just jam this part back in here.
Okay.
There we go. Oh, you've had it with the Sauer family. All you people have done is whine at me since... I'm very sorry. I'm under an incredible amount of pressure. My studio burnt down. We're doing the best we can. Please enjoy. Eat, all of you. Yes, enjoy. Don't say a word about the fish. You're a friend of the family, is that right?
That's me.
Okay, give that back. We'll be right. All right, we'll be back this way. We'll just take a few more of your things. Thank you. We'll see you in a little bit. Not a word about the fish.
Not a word.
Here, Oldie, this is for you right there. Those are rolls, yeah. Okay. Incredible. Excellent. Eat up, Oldie. That's for you, okay? That's great. Can we get a shot, please, of Oldie eating the food?
That should hold them over for weeks.
Yeah, remember, kids, every time before you eat, always laugh maniacally first, all right? That's him. Oh, this is disgusting. I smell like, smell like fish. This will just take a second here. All right. Okay, we got to move on, folks. My next guest has starred in Sex, Lies, and Videotape, The Player, and While You Were Sleeping. His new movie, To Jillian, I believe, on her 37th birthday, which actually opens next Friday. We have a clip here. Let's take a look. All right, let's find out what this movie is all about. Ladies and gentlemen, and Sauer family, and friend of Sauer family, it's a pleasure to have Peter Gallagher with us. Very nice to have you with us. Thanks for coming.
Great to be here.
You like what we've done with the place?
Yeah, I do. Hi, Andy. Hey, Alvin, Susan, George, Ethel.
They're all here.
Stephanie, Hannah.
Now, let's talk about this movie, first of all. We got to talk about this. The title, kind of a long title, not really your Hollywood. You know, in a day when everything is like, you know, Speed, you know what I mean? And Die Hard. This is a long title. This doesn't really just sort of, you know, trip off the tongue lightly.
No,
Tell us.
no.
It's To Jillian on her 37th birthday.
Yeah, I mean, it's based on a play of the same title. Story about a guy who loses his wife and he can't get over her death, so he brings her to life in his own mind, and the audience sees her. She's played by Michelle Pfeiffer. And his daughter, of course, you know, thinks he's going a little nutty, but they kept the title.
They kept the title, which is unusual, because you'd think that they would try and shorten it, make it something kind of fun and catchy.
Imagine the marketing department. I can say, To Jillian on her 37th birthday. Nobody reads that much anymore.
Right, exactly. Let's shorten that.
To Jill, ... Jill 3.
Jill 3.
My dead wife, Jill. I got it. Dead wife walking. That's good.
Dead wife walking.
Good, dead woman walking.
Death Walk. Death Walk 97. These are titles that they should have gone with.
But they stuck with it, to their credit.
And you're happy with the movie? It came out the way you wanted it to?
It's one of the best jobs I've ever had.
Yeah, but then again, what actor comes on and goes, no, it didn't come out the way I wanted it to at all. The whole thing went down the drain. I shouldn't even be promoting it, right?
Well, they probably wouldn't be there promoting it if they felt that way.
Yeah, but I've heard good word of mouth on this
it's
project.
good. It seems to be a real, it seems like a great movie for, it's kind of a tearjerker.
It's a tearjerker.
It's a good movie for, like, a group of women to go to and cry their eyes out, or, it's a great date movie. Because, if as a guy, if you go and you display any sensitivity at all, it's...
Really?
I think, you're in
just
like
cry,
Glenn,
yeah, just cry a little bit at any movie and a woman immediately loves you. Is that what you're saying?
The funniest thing, though, it's not that hard. The first time I saw it, I had some friends over to see it with me, and a friend of mine, Tom and Kit, married couple, sitting behind me, and about the last third of the movie, people are getting a little weepy, and I can hear Kit having a cry, and I kind of look over, and I see Kit, and she's crying and really feeling, and I turn back to look at the screen, and all of a sudden, it sounds like Tommy's having a seizure. Behind me, and I look back, and he's crying his eyes out. I think, oh, that's good. That's a good sign. So after the movie, Kid comes up and says, gosh, thanks so much. It's so good to really feel something, in the movies, and such an old, like almost an old-fashioned movie. It was so powerful, yada, 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 and then Tommy comes out of the bathroom looking like he's at the end of a 3-day bender.
Yeah.
His eyes his eyes are rimmed red, and I said, Tommy, what'd you think? He said, well, it's not bad. I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest with you. Towards the end there, I almost got a little misty there myself.
Why can't guys just admit that they have emotions? I don't. I have no emotions whatsoever. But why can't most guys just admit that they have those emotions?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's very sad. It's very sad. All right. Is this a movie that you think the entire Sauer family would enjoy?
I think the entire Sauer family, and hopefully more, would enjoy this, but they'll have to be the judge of that. And there's some musical numbers, as you've seen. Yeah. You got a little Leo Sayer, and some beach scenes, and Michelle Pfeiffer and Claire Danes.
All right. Now, we didn't talk about this. You've been on the program back when we had a studio of our own.
Yeah.
You were on the program then. Remember back then when
you had a budget?
When we had a budget in our own studio.
Right.
Now we're just sort of wandering in around anywhere. We're going to be doing this door to door next week.
Conan O'Brien, the bus and truck.
That's right. Well, I never actually got to ask you something. You and I have a lot in common. I understand that your mother, am I correct? Your mother is a bacteriologist.
Yes, she was.
Yeah. And my father does the same thing pretty much for a living.
Really?
Well, yeah, microbiology and that kind of infectious diseases.
Oh, yeah.
That's his game. That's his dodge. That's what he does for a living.
So you grow up washing your hands a lot?
Yeah, my dad was like Howard Hughes.
What are you doing? Don't you get right.
Exactly, washing his hands all the time, and walking around with a Kleenex. He'd open it, a door handle with a Kleenex, that kind of thing. He had Mormon attendants. He grew his fingernails long. He was worth billions of dollars. He was like Howard Hughes in many other ways, too. But very strange. Did it affect your life at all that you...
Well, I mean, it did a little. I mean, my mother would scour things and then, like, put them in plastic bags and wrap them up. But she did. She helped me. I remember when I had a science project. I had to do a science project and a big science paper. And every Saturday night, we all had to watch the Lawrence Welk Show. Because it was one TV, and everybody had to watch Bobby and Sissy and Norma and, Joe Feeney, my favorite. And they always advertised Geritol, which, if you had iron poor blood, it made it better. So I thought, I wonder if that's true. So I did a paper on the hemoglobin, the effects of Geritol on the hemoglobin determination of mice. And my mother got me...
Wait, how old were you at the time?
I guess I was like in 9th grade, or so I was about, what? 25.
Yeah. You were in your late 50s at the time.
So I was like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And so
that's a pretty ambitious project, though, for a kid that young. So what was the effect of Geritol on the hemoglobin of what was it, rats?
Yeah, well, they got mice. I had three mice, only 3 mice, Abraham, Bonnie, and Clyde. And the fact is, they just got a little goofy, but I think it was from the alcohol, because it had such a high alcohol content, but it didn't affect their hemoglobin amount at all.
I'll be sued for this, but Geritol, wasn't it just mostly booze? That's why people felt better?
Well, I think it was like 30 proof or something like that.
Yeah, right, and people would like read it, and hey, I think my iron content's gone way up.
I'm feeling awfully zippy.
Time to drive around the block. Now, I understand you're actually, your family... Like mine is also, there's another similarity. We're both from Ireland. We're from Irish descent. You've got a great Irish name. Yeah. I, of course, can't escape the fact that I'm Irish.
Right, yeah.
Is this...
I have a passport. I travel on an Irish passport sometimes when I...
You weren't born in Ireland, though, were you?
No, but they have this thing. If your mother's mother was born and you can prove your descent through the parishes in Ireland,
Right.
you can be entered into the registry of foreign births. And so I did, and they got in.
That's great.
Yeah.
So you get to go there, and that doesn't mean you... Where do you pay taxes then? You pay
here.
taxes in
I pay wherever I go, I pay taxes.
So why don't you just, like, make your official residence in Ireland? Because isn't there no... If you're an
My
artist...
wife would leave me. That's why.
Oh, really? I'll talk to her. I'll take care of the whole thing. Don't worry about it. All right, well, the movie is To Jillian on her 37th birthday, and it opens next Friday. Is that right?
That's right. It opens Friday in New York, L.A., and Chicago, and the 25th in 800 theaters around the nation.
Okay. Now, do you feel now like you've promoted the show on Late Night, but you also, in a way, have promoted it on the Today Show? You don't have to come back and do the Today Show now?
I feel like it's been a full-day experience, day and night show.
Exactly.
Right.
This is 2 hits in 1. All right. Well, thanks so much for coming.
Conan.
Very good to have you with us.
Great
Ladies
to be
and
here.
gentlemen, Peter Gallagher, of course. We'll be right back with Los Lobos. So stick around.